Good afternoon. I'm Elena Cox, and these are bright lights. Co-founder and CEO of vibeffect, and I have good news. I am the last one up, so I promise if you don't leave, I'll do it in less than 7 minutes. But to make it relevant, for those of you who've made it here and stayed here, there are a lot of different audiences at this conference, and it would be really helpful to know just real quickly if there seems to be three kinds: people seeking solutions for universities or partners they work with, people seeking investments to make in early stage startups, and educators seeking new information about new sciences that may be out there. So if you're representing a group that invests, can you just raise your hands? Okay. And if you are representing a group that is seeking to find solutions for investments or universities that you've already had? Okay. And there's some other in here. All right. vibeffect, I founded vibeffect because I have a very passionate, strong belief that people's individual potential to thrive is absolute. Everybody has the potential to thrive. And a lot of what we have in the market today does not start from that supposition. In fact, in the market I work in, a lot of the work is focused on retaining people based on the idea that there's some risk they represent. So you're going to see a whole new model here based on that belief. We are a SaaS solution. We help higher education across the whole life cycle of the student so that the university has more students that are thriving and completing on time, and that students are optimizing and thriving and getting the best out of their investment in themselves in higher education. We are a mission-based company. We are an early stage startup. I love the fact that I'm standing up here today exactly a year later from pivoting to B2B and doing the first client. We had a 10x year last year, so we are a fast growth startup. The inspiration for us is to make sure that every student has the information they need, but the partner we get that through is the university. We're pioneers. We always will be. We're not a platform. We're not a technology. We will not be outdated anytime soon. The market problem is that when people engage in a transaction like, I want to get a degree, we have a 50 to 80% sustained fail rate on that. And up to 40% who choose to enroll don't show up. Two simple points that point to a business or market that's in a bit of unsustainable chaos. It's a 1.3 million market. This is American higher ed. And the demand has remained stable and is still a critical part of making our society productive. Over the same time, these non-complete rates have continued, and so the opportunity for improvement is huge if you have the right thing. So the aha moment. In recognizing that the fail rates were continued, I began to be really interested because I was working with a lot of groups that were increasing access. And what I realized was so much of what is supposed to create success for students is actually defined by failure. What does it look like? The opposite of failure is success, that you show up another day. So with a team of amazing people, two of which are here, and I'm going to introduce them shortly, we created a definition for thriving that could be a scientific definition, replicable, scalable, and repeated across the market to prove, if we could, add to education science. And then from that, we would create our SaaS solution. This has been proven and published in a scientific peer review publication called Decision Analytics. The way that it looks is, if you're from education, you know there's been a lot of good work, and we're not trying to displace that work. We are trying to add to that work. So retention, persistence, engagement, enrollment management, all of which in some way either look at a student and try to determine what's best for them or to flag them, or settles on a 1 or 2 dimension definition of engagement that would add to persistence. We add to that an idea of total optimization, where the student's getting everything that they need from that education and the university's getting the best possible behaviors from the students. So that underlies our work. All right. Here's how systems respond. So I'm going to cut through the chase and just say, what proofs do we have? We went to market. We had a 10x year. What happened for the university partners that we have? We touch students with short, individualized, thriving guidance. We distribute it directly. We are a bolt-on innovation. We don't require any new, we're agnostic as to their technology systems. We cooperate with those, work with those, distribute directly to the students, and immediately continuously improve on a daily basis, almost like a subscription model per student. And we are proactive. We send out information to them just before they're going to need it in small snippet, useful ways, building from our thriving algorithms. So this is an example of When somebody's just been interviewed, they get that night sent out the invitation by the university for them to click on a link and get a quick self-survey that introduces them to how they will thrive in that university system. When students clicked on that, 64% enrolled here, 34% in business as usual manner, and this was sustained over 7 months. The N's very high for this. We have, the start rate matters. So if somebody enrolls, do they start? Once they start, are they prepared? And so this is a comparison of how the students that work within our system, how they react to doing all the preparatory work before day one. We set a best-in-class attendance standard for our university partners. Lots of times there's a fail rate set, but there isn't really like best-in-class, and we set it as 90% or better. This is also an important skill for employers. And our groups attend with better attendance at much higher rates. Again, everything we have wouldn't matter. It could be the greatest scientific invention ever if students didn't engage with it. And this is an example of the high level of engagement rates that we get. I want to stop real quickly. Murray Taylor, sitting over there, and Nate's been one of our evaluation partners, is at University at Buffalo. Both of them will be around. We would love to talk to anybody that has university interest or interested in investing in a early stage startup. We're going to be finishing out a Series A by the end of the summer, and we've raised $3 million so far to be able to get to where we are. We were founded in 2013. I think they post these, so you can see we have an inflection point in 2018. And you can reach us at at vibeffect.com. And I really can't see any of you, which is really strange. But I hope you've had the greatest time at this conference, and I thank you for your time and your attention.